Good morning. And this is back care on the mat, and we're going to be working on things that you can do to help your back be as healthy as possible. So what you're going to want to have is a mat, a good space on the floor, and also something to help you stretch. It can be a band, it can be a belt or a towel, just anything to help you get a little deeper stretch. Have it near. We're going to use it at the end of the class. So from right here, what we want to focus on today is working on overall flexibility and taking your spine in every direction. Also working on stretching your hamstrings and increasing that flexibility, and I have some new tricks for that. Strengthening the small muscles through your spine, and also making sure that your glutes or bottom muscles are as strong as they can be. So let's start by coming to the front of the mat and just come all the way down. From right here, have your feet flat and just place your hands right onto your abs. We just want to start with getting some deep breaths and allowing your natural deep breath to occur. When you're breathing deeper, you are actually really helping your spine by creating that inner abdominal pressure. So inhaling fully through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just allow yourself to relax into the mat. And relax your spine. Don't compress it down into the mat, but allow your natural curves to be there so that you could put your hand under your back. You want to keep those natural curves all the time unless I tell you not to. That just helps keep your back from being compressed. So now from right here, let's just warm up by placing your hands onto your hip bones and just do a pelvic tilt, drawing the small of your back down into the mat now. Come neutral, allowing your natural curves, and then emphasizing even a more curve. So we're just warming up through the spine, doing those pelvic tilts, pressing all the way down, neutral, and extension. And doing 2 more of those. And 1 more. Great. Now we're just going to do a couple of tests. These are going to help us get focused for the class. So I want you to take one leg and press it all the way down to the floor. And now reach your other leg up towards the ceiling and see how high you can reach it up. So one leg straight against the floor, the other leg stretching straight up, and mark that place in space. You want to be at about an 80% angle. If not, your hamstrings are a little tight. You can tell mine are a little tight, so we're going to work on those today. Now take your other leg up. Reach it up, and just notice where that tightness is, and try to mark that in your mind. And let's see if we can make that flexibility increase a little bit by the end of the class. Okay, so from right here, we're going to do one other quick little test. I want you to come all the way onto your stomach. And you can't watch this one. You have to try this one because it's going to look goofy if you don't. So from right here, what I want you to do is put both hip bones down onto the floor and just have your legs out long and place one hand right onto your bottom. And you can feel whether or not that muscle is working. Now, I want you to reach that leg straight up and see if that muscle tightens. If it doesn't tighten, you might not be using your glutes enough. And strong glutes help support your spine. So let's test the other side. Place your hand right onto your bottom and reach that leg up, and you should feel that muscle engage as you lift that leg up. If it's not engaging, you really want to make sure that we're strengthening those muscles when we come to that part so that you're starting to feel that engagement. So let's get the rest of the class started by coming back onto your back. From right here, we're going to start by strengthening the glutes, the muscle we were just focusing on, having your feet down, knees up. And now start with that pelvic tilt and then reach your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Now, you should be feeling these muscles right on your bottom really working. And then lower down one vertebra at a time, stretching through your spine, bringing your tailbone down last. Let's do that one 2 more times. Tuck and curl and bring your hips all the way up. Really reach up as high as you can and hold. That holding gets those muscles to work. You can even put your hands on your bottom and see if that muscle's working. If not, try to reach that hip all the way up and get that mind-body connection. Really think of those muscles really working. Those muscles are important for getting your back to be healthy. They help support the moves of your spine. And lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Let's do that one more time. Tuck and curl and bring those hips all the way up. Take them up as high as you can. Really reach up. Make sure you feel that work happening in your bottom, and you might also feel your hamstrings working as well. And lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Okay, now let's make it a little harder, unless that was already really challenging. If that was really hard, do what you were doing. If you need more of a challenge, take 1 foot off the floor and reach your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Let's do that 2 more times. Lift your hips all the way up. Really hold them up. Try and see if you feel your bottom working. You want to feel that work. And come back down. And one more time. Lift that hip all the way up. Really hold. Get that bottom working. And come back down. Place that foot down and reach your other leg up. Here we go. Let's do the other side. Reach up, hold, challenge yourself. Make sure you feel that work happening. And back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach those hips up. Really reach them up as high as you can. Get that challenge going. And come back down. And one more time, reach those hips up, really hold them up. And come back down, very good. From right here, let's just let the knees fold to one side and take your arms out even with your shoulders. Hold and breathe into that stretch. We're going to try and hold just for a little bit here. Really notice where you feel that stretch and focus on your breath, that deep inhale and exhale. Now bring your knees back up towards the ceiling and let them fall to the other side and hold. Focus on your breathing. Really focus on developing that deep inhale and exhale. Try to fill your whole canister or torso with air. Bring your knees back up. And let one leg come out long and bring your other knee in towards your chest and hug it in nice and tight. Really pull in tight enough where you feel that stretch. You can also reach under your leg and pull. Hold. Get that focus into your breath. Long, deep inhale and exhale. Getting that full, deep breath. Try to feel that air coming into your belly. And then let's switch to the other leg. Bring the other knee in towards the chest and hug it in nice and tight. You can have your hand up on your shin or under, whatever feels best to you and gives you that deeper stretch. And then bring both knees in towards your chest. Hug them in nice and tight so you're really getting that deep, nice stretch. And just rock from side to side. Oh, great. From right here, let's come all the way onto the side. And you can bring your hand out or whatever's more comfortable to you. Now I want you to bring your knees up even with your hips and hold your ankles together. Now keep your ankles together and lift your knee up as high as you can. You'll feel that outer part of your hip working, and we're going to hold here. And try and feel your bottom work. We're working on strengthening that muscle. And now you can make it a little harder by bringing that leg, your heel up a little higher and holding, but you're really reaching this knee up as high as you can. You should feel that work right here in that hip. And then let that knee come down. Let your legs come out long into one long straight line. From right here, use your abs. Pull them up and in. You don't want to pull them in too much. So almost imagine you're just lifting up on your hip bones. And now bring your top leg up even with your hip. And think of activating your whole leg. Make your whole leg feel strong. And now just lift and lower for 8, 7. Keep your abs tight. That's what's balancing you. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold that leg up. Should still feel that hip working. Abs are working because they're used to balance you. Lengthen. Think of growing tall. And then place that leg down onto the floor. Okay, roll to the other side and let's do the other leg. Come into that long straight line. And from right here, bend your knees and bring them even with your hip. Hold your ankles together and reach your knee up as high as you can. Keep your neck and head relaxed and just hold, trying to feel that work through your bottom or through your glute. Let's just hold for a little bit. While you're holding, keep your focus into your breath. And then from right here, bring your legs into one long straight line. Pull your abs in by thinking of lifting and pulling up on your hip bones, and then bring your top leg up even with your hip. Just hold and think of making your whole leg, both legs, active and strong. And now take that leg down and up using your abs to balance you for 8, 7, 6. Be very slow and precise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. From right here, come onto your stomach. I just lost my earpiece. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. From right here, bring your feet to shoulder distance. And we're just going to take your spine into extension. So place your hands right onto your shoulders and feel your shoulders just slightly slide down your back. You don't want to compress them. It's just keeping them away from your ears. And from right here, inhale and press up only as high as you're comfortable going up. I'm pretty flexible in my spine, so I might be up higher than you need to be. And make sure your hips are staying down and come back down. On this next one, we're going to take it up and hold. So come up as high. You don't want to feel any pain. This is not feeling good to you. You might just come down onto the floor and imagine you're breathing. But from right here, we're holding here. Extension can be so good. We're strengthening the muscles through your spine and taking you out of flexion. We spend so much time leaning forward. This is very helpful just to come down into a different direction. And then come all the way back down. From right here, we're going to press up and come up onto all fours. Bring your hands right under your shoulders. And with this next one, we're just going to do a couple of cat and cow stretches. So pull in with your abs, round your spine, and try and separate between your shoulders. And then reach your tailbone and head up. And round your spine up towards the ceiling. Really reach. Try and separate between your shoulders. Draw your belly to the floor and reach up. Let's do one more round into that cat stretch. Try and stretch between each vertebrae. And then reach your tailbone and head up. And then come into what feels like neutral. You're allowing your natural curves in your spine. And we're going to take it into one that strengthens several muscles through your spine. We're going to start out a little easier. I want you to identify your left hand, right leg, and just reach them out and tap at their furthest points, and then come back. Now, you can stay there, or to make it harder, you're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg out, and then off the ground. Draw your abs in tight, and let's try and hold. As we're holding, keep your breath really relaxed and deep, and notice what muscles you feel working. And then bring that arm and leg down. Let's do the other side. So from right here, right hand, left leg. Reach him out and tap. And then bring it in. And now reach opposite arm, opposite leg, and hold. Keep a relaxed breath. Don't let that breathing focus go. And then bring that arm and leg back down. From right here, you're going to come so that you're seated facing me, and we're going to do some work on your hamstrings. So just reaching one leg out, and then taking the tension off of it, and I just want you to massage that hamstring. You can feel that muscle right on the bottom of your leg, and just really work on getting it to stretch. Fix my cord. Just really massage. Getting that massage and that movement into that muscle can help you work on that flexibility. And we want to keep your hamstrings as relaxed as we can for the health of your back. Okay, now switch and just massage on the other leg, just all the way down and up. Great. From right here, we're going to come back onto our backs, but this time, make sure you have whatever you're going to use to help you stretch handy. So from right here, come all the way back down onto your back. And you're going to take and place that stretching strap around the arch of one foot. And then reach that leg up towards the ceiling. And then take your other leg flat against the mat. We're going to do one of my favorite stretches with your hamstring, and this can really help improve flexibility. So what I want you to do is start by pulling yourself into that stretch. Reach your heel up and keep your other leg flat against the mat. Now we're into this stretch, and we're just going to hold for a little bit, and then we're going to alternate. And now I want you to work your leg. Push and try and pull your heel down so you feel your leg really working. I'm really working that leg, trying to pull my heel to the floor, but not allowed to because of that strap. Good. And now switch and get into that stretch. Really pull deep into that stretch. The working and then stretching helps create more flexibility through that hamstring. Try and straighten through that knee. Let's do one more. Really pull that heel down. Really fight yourself. Really feel that work happening through your leg. And then bring it up and hold into that stretch. For me, I feel like I can tell I'm getting a little more flexibility. See if you can notice the same thing in your leg. Okay, last time. Get that leg to really work. Really pull it down. Really fight yourself. And then bring that leg up and pull deep into that stretch. Notice if you're past the mark from the start of the class. Have you increased that flexibility? I feel like I have. Let's switch to the other leg, but I will tell you my hamstrings are always tight. I'm always fighting it. Okay. Bring that loop or whatever you're using to the other leg. Reach that leg up towards the ceiling. Have your other leg flat against the mat. And first, just pull into that stretch. Okay, now let's work that leg. Pull it down. Fight against yourself. Really get that back of the leg to work. And then bring that leg up, pull up. Now we're into that stretch phase. Try to really feel that stretch. Okay, now we're back into that work phase. Really try to pull that leg down. Feel that whole back of the leg work. You got to get it working to get that stretch, to get that changed flexibility. And then bring that leg back up. Pull deep into that stretch. Start to do some body sensing, noticing if you're seeing a change in your flexibility. And then one more time, pulling down, really pull down. Really get that leg to work. And then bring that leg back into that stretch. And do some body sensing. Look at that place and space for your leg and notice if you've improved any of the flexibility. Then from right here, take that strap, set it to the side, and we're going to do a stretch that's wonderful if you have any type of sciatic pain. So you're going to take your leg over and try and rest just above your ankle, just below your knee. And then reach and grab the leg that's on the floor and bring it in towards you. And let's just hold into that stretch. Pull deep into that stretch. Hold for just a bit. And then set that leg down. Bring your other leg up and over. Grab the leg that's on the floor and bring it in towards you and hold. Breathe deep into that stretch. Can you pull a little deeper? And then just bringing both knees in towards your chest and hug them in. And rock from side to side. Set your feet back down. Let your hands come by your sides. Let your natural curve happen in your back so you're not compressing it down. And just focus on relaxing and breathing just for a little while. And that is class for today. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you.